See her quickness right there and reading through the passing lane. She shoots through, and that's where she can get a lot of easy buckets on the other end. She plays defense, she plays offense. That's why everyone is talking about her right now in women's basketball, one of the top players on both ends of the floor.
Prince shown range. And this is a big possession now for TCU. Haven't really been able to get inside 6-7 points. Hidalgo with a miss. Van Lith back in with the 3 personals. And Miles traveled. 7th Irish turnover. So now can you break through is the question if you're TCU.
Well, they put Van Lith back in the game for a minute. I know when I've talked with Coach Campbell before, he's like, we're going to live and die by our players. They're smart enough. They know how to play. That even going with Sedona Prince playing 40 minutes, and she had 4 fouls versus NC State. So he's going to put Van Lith in the game. She adds a dynamic element. She can help break that press against Hidalgo.
Yeah, there is a metric that they do measure called 2 foul participation. As Hidalgo ends up getting too deep and missed that, Van Lith will trigger this 3. It's still 7-point game as Prince goes up, and there it is. Back to within possessions. But was about to say, they have a 2 foul participation metric. I don't know if they have 3 foul participation, but that's a lot of trust in one of your veteran players.
Well, right now, TCU is doing what they do best, which is they're hitting the glass. They really needed that for staying in the game. And you're going to see Prince. She can spot up. She's got that in her game, that mid-range game. Then you see her crashing the glass. She knows she's got excellent shooters out there, but if they miss, she can clean it up. And that's what TCU needs to keep into this game with Notre Dame.
What did Coach Campbell call her on our conference call this week? Our anchor at both ends of the floor. And it took her a little while to get going, but now 10 points, 6 rebounds, 5 blocks. And we still have 2:26 left in this first half. And TCU, part of what was a massive turnaround in their first year under Mark Campbell. Jumped out to a 14-0 start before finally bowing out to another team that we'll see later, Mississippi State, in the second round of the WBIT. What impresses you the most about Coach Campbell, Ann?
Well, in the women's basketball world, he is known as one of the best recruiters in the nation. He was at Oregon and was able to coach and recruit Sabrina Ionescu. That is one of the stars for the New York Liberty. I'm sure many of you all remember her, but just was able to recruit a lot of these players. And we got that head coaching job at TCU. A lot of players that were in the transfer portal were very excited about building this program. So much so that those 5 starters, 3 of them are on their 3rd school and really wanted to come together in a system that was positionless basketball and also one where they could win. Those are 2 big keys where you see Haley Van Lith and Sedona Prince, 2 of the main keys here that wanted to come to TCU and play for Coach Campbell.
Leah Roberson hit with the personal foul here for TCU. It told us they don't really run a whole lot of sets. Just kind of lets his players be free-flowing on offense. Step back off the front of the rim for Citron. And there's Roberson down with a rebound and a dangerous outlet that Connor rescues.
TCU in the offseason studied a lot of NBA and WNBA offensive sets, and what they run is a lot of pick and roll, and especially with that big man, the 5 player like a Sedona Prince being in a lot of the actions, whether that's screening, whether that's handoffs, and you see that with the facing up. Now, they are a little bit more rhythm and flow due to Sedona Prince and Haley Van Lith being back in the game.
Back to within 3, closest they've been since the early minutes of the game. Miles puts this on the deck. Shot clock down inside 10. Hidalgo, Irish need a bucket. Blow by and a little too strong. Chance to tie or cut to 1 for TCU. Late here in the second quarter. Matt Martucci and O'Neal. Just getting started, the first of two, day two here at the Cayman Islands Classic. Van Lith with a pick and roll. Roberson on the kick out. And Connor was the bailout there and got too deep. And out of control, turned it over.
Excellent defensive possession there by Notre Dame. They clogged up all of the lanes and into the thing. But let's take a look at this nice action here. Pick and roll action. And Prince, she can shoot that long ball. That's her second spot up. And when that happens, that keeps Koval away from the lane, which will start opening up the driving lanes for the guards.
Yeah, very impressed at 6'7" with her range, the ability to step out the way that she can.
She hasn't hit a three yet this year, but I'm sure it's coming as Miles won. She's so fluid with that three-point shot. She doesn't need much room to get it off.
Had the first Irish three-pointer to open up the game to make it 3-3 and hadn't scored since. But it's a big one to push this Notre Dame lead back to 6. 2-second and change differential, shot and game clock. Prince operating, turnaround, and maybe not her forte. Hidalgo on the final possession of the half. Steps through. And Notre Dame will go to the break up by after a 16-point first half for Hannah Hidalgo on 6 of 11 shooting. Stars around Sedona Prince with what's 12 for TCU. And I are back with stats, highlights, and plenty more from the Cayman Islands Classic. No shortage of energy in the gym today. The passion and emotion of a pair of top 25 teams. Third-ranked Notre Dame up by 6. See if Van Lith and TCU have anything to say about it before we start the third quarter. Stay with us. You're watching the 2024 Cayman Islands Classic here on Flow College.
Fast food, but not fast food. Get a power-packed meal with real fruits, organic veggies, and enhancers at Smoothie King. Blending near you, only at Smoothie King.